Hey guys, my name is Brian. I'm here in my garage to do a follow-up review on my Bendpak XPR-10AS and document some customer service experiences that I've been having and some issues with the lift. Before I go into that, you got to ask yourself, hey, why does Bendpak sell so many lifts? Because every time you turn on the TV, you see different car shows online. Everybody has these lifts because they do a really good job at marketing. If you go ahead and Google lifts or whatever Bendpak pops up, you see nothing negative about them. Well, my experience with them hasn't been that great. I thought here I built this great shop, and I was going to go ahead and fit it with the best of the best lift, for home use. To date, this lift was installed in 2019 in October. It's October of 2021. In April of 2021, I started having an issue. And I'll get up on the ladder here, what I have behind me, and show you. One of the pulleys up top was starting to squeak. And I'm like, that's odd because I follow all the instructions. I lubricate the hell out of my stuff. And if you're lucky, in that year, I use my lift once a month, maybe just for various maintenance things. Let's round up. I use my lift 50 times since October of 2019. Shouldn't start to be squeaking. So let me go ahead and turn this around here. Shows my lift here. It's the XPR-10AS. The date of manufacture is 12/21/18, but my garage was completed in October of 2019, and that's when the lift was actually installed. I'll give you, for giggles, kind of quick little dream garage type setup that I have here. Home user, so got a lot of hobbies. And this is the issue. I will post up some photos here in a second. Go up the ladder here. I'll show some photos, which should be here, showing this pulley that I sent to Bendpak customer support. The problem that I found was that this bracket that holds the pulley is actually cockeyed a little bit. So that causes the pulley to go into the side and drag up against the bracket, causing a squeaking sound, no matter how much lubrication you put on it. You kind of see like the pins a little cockeyed as well. So I went back and forth with them, and ultimately, let me get off this ladder. I'll be right back. So Bendpak support did a couple of things after I sent them lots of photos of what the problem was. First, they accused me of not knowing what I put on my lift that supports 10,000 pounds, that maybe it was my fault. That bracket up there is part of the frame where they have a 5-year frame warranty on it. So they argued that that didn't cover this, even though it's welded solid, and I'll show you that in a second. But ultimately, after we went back and forth, they decided to send me this new upper arm piece. Now, that arrived, and much to my dismay, this is why the 2 local shops that do installations of Bendpak have all but stopped, in their words, doing warranty repair. So right out the pallet, here's the piece. And what do we see here? This side is completely bent out, and this wheel is sitting sideways. So if you move it over and you start to move it, what does it do? It jams right into the side here and rides that. Now, are they all like that? No. Well, here's its sister. Just like that, spins free, can go side to side. That's fine. So I thought, hey, maybe I might put like one of these flat bearings in there, but then no, that pushes it out. It's so crooked, it will start to ride down here. And I think at some point Bendpak realized this because they sent me a pin, and this is the old pin that was removed, and they sent me a pin in advance. I finger tighten these so I can pull them out here and show you what's happening. They've done 2 things. One, they upgraded their pin in case any of you have an old lift, because I believe they found that the set screw was holding these in a certain place, which could cause them to be cockeyed. And they elongated the hole, so when you install these, you can pull up on here and get it level so that the pin's riding, in the groove properly, as opposed to the pin pulling it up and cocking the wheel to one side. So that solved one problem. Another thing I noticed, they did send me a new wheel here, but their new wheels have these grooves in them, and this was sent separate of this. They have these lubrication channels in them, but this, which is apparently brand new and sent to me, is using the old style wheels that doesn't have that. Okay, fine, whatever. But this shows my point. There are so many weld berries in addition to the poor V shape of this thing, quality control, that this guy has sharp grooves worn out, that this is supposedly brand new, never used before. Already you can see it's scratched to ever living hell. And this is what causes the squeaking noise. So I actually received a part that is worse off than the one that's in my lift right now. And I don't quite know how to handle the Bendpak. I'll do a follow-up video, let you know what goes on, but they should all be like this, where both posts are vertical and the wheel spins freely. It's not riding it aside. Inside here should be free of chamfers, and there's little, see if I can find them, there's little weld berries in there. And then also it should be straight up, not V'd out. The guy on the right, it's hard to show in the video. This is the one who's very far out. So when you put, a wheel in here and you rest it up against this one side, you can kind of see how far bowed out it is. That's just poor quality control. And this is what Bendpak has to bring to the markets. And before I forget, I want to add one last thing. This claim started in April of 2021. It is now November of 2021. April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. 7 months. I had to wait 7 months to get a product that was clearly manufactured wrong. And yeah, so again, I guess we go back to Bendpak to get blamed for their manufacturing defects and wait another 7 months for God knows what. Yeah.